Well, hello guys, this is Kim Anodingo here with Relationship Matters. We are very pleased to come back again. We missed last Sunday. Our apologies, baby. What
yes,
do you
indeed.
have to
Apologies,
say?
but we are back here
We are
this
back. Yes,
With
we
a-
are excited.
week with a fresh topic.
And do you want to tell us what today's title is? What's the topic today?
The title today is Differences Between Individuals in a Relationship.
Differences
So,
between...
individuals in a
okay.
relationship. So we are looking at individuals in their own uniqueness.
Oh,
As I stand unique in my own ways, my beliefs, my standards, my principles, they might not be the very same standards and principles and they might not be the same as yours.
okay.
So how do we as a couple function? How do you function as a team when you might have differences that
Okay.
well, not differences that make you uniquely yourself, but differences in the relationship.
But I think that's what actually makes a relationship unique itself is we come with differences. Because I think there are people who are very similar, but I think there's a phrase which says opposite attracts. Is that correct?
Opposites do attract, but I
Yeah.
think that's related to magnets. But the reality of it is often in relationships,
Yeah.
the opposites, like if you're with someone
Because we are opposites.
for some things, for other things.
I am hot, you are cold. I am
What does that
loud.
mean?
Oh, well, we are both loud. But we
I'm
do.
not loud.
Very funny.
Right.
But we are both we have quite a lot of similar traits.
Yeah,
And
but-
then again we have a lot of differences. But I think that works when you have, like, for instance, I'd like to say, like, I'm a risk taker, I'm fearless, you are very cautious.
Yeah.
Is that what you're referring to when you're saying differences?
Exactly.
Okay.
Because I think that for the relationship to work, for the
Mm-hmm.
relationship to grow, for the relationship to take off,
Mm.
there has to be some fundamental similarities.
Mm-hmm.
We agree on things. We enjoy each other's company because we are not opposing each other and fighting over everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
that's correct.
as
That
the
makes sense, to be quite honest.
But as the relationship begins to grow, we will come to realize, as you're saying, an example, as you're rightly saying, between myself and you, I'm cautious, erring on the side of over caution, and you could be very, very fearless,
But
brave,
risky.
erring on the side of
Yeah.
of reckless.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm looking at that. And when you are in a relationship, how do you work those things out with your partner? How does the relationship function and grow? Is it possible for those differences to complement the relationship and be a point for growth for one another? Or is this a point to bleed the relationship to death?
I think it shouldn't bleed the relationship to death. I think it's the word we're looking for here, I think, is balance.
Balance, right.
Yeah, so
Fair
I
enough.
think at the end of the day, everyone is supposed to come into, we are all different. You understand? We are all different. I am different. You are different. There's no one person. There's no two people on this earth, who are just so similar. We are all designed differently.
Right.
And I think that's the beauty of things,
But there are a lot of people who are very similar.
There are some people who have
Yeah.
similar traits.
Very
so
similar.
you find your own. You find what works for you.
Yeah.
You want a wife or you want a spouse who have similar traits to you. But I think it's also nice to find somebody who's a little bit different than you because I think, for instance, I can only talk based on my experience. So
Right.
with regards to myself and you, like we say, you are very overly cautious. You
Yeah.
like to take your time. You like to go through things. And I think in terms of moving forward, business wise or whatever it is, I like that part of you because at the end of the day, if
Really?
because if we are going through, are going through documents that I
Right.
need to read and understand,
Right.
if somebody's coming to me with legal papers, you understand? I am reckless in terms of when I say reckless and fearless. Sometimes I may just sign something.
Right.
You understand?
Right,
But
right.
I may be signing my life away
Right.
and not understand the fine print. Whereas you will go through every word in a document.
Exactly.
Now that works. Somebody will say, I will look at you doing that and say, oh, Jesus just signed the form already.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that you do that, because it means you don't miss anything. You will tell me, hold on, baby, listen, we missed something here. Go back to page 5. This says something else. For me, this is very different from who I am. And I need that in my life. That's balance. Whereas I may do something else which is very risky and signed it, and then later on I'm thinking this is what we signed.
Yeah.
So sometimes it works. That's why there is balance, because you need someone who is overcautious sometimes. And in terms of risk behavior, fearlessness, I like to take chances. I'm a business minded person, so I may take a risk. But sometimes I believe if you take no risk, what's the point of living? And sometimes you may miss opportunities because you're so overcautious. And I will just go for it and say, baby, listen, we have one life to live. Just go for it.
But can I just say something there quickly?
Yeah.
Please don't lose your point. I don't want to take you off your point. But I've always loved the fact that you are fearless. And even when there were times when you were reckless, I did not feel sorry that you were.
Yeah.
Because I felt within myself, and I saw within myself, I was very cautious. Sometimes I am overcautious. But I watch you go boldly and very confidently, even when you did not have all of the information. You did something bold. And for me, we only have one life to live.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that being cautious is good. It's helpful. It is safe. But I don't believe life is that safe.
No.
Sometimes you have to go boldly. You have to throw caution to the wind. I still believe in being cautious because it's being sensible.
It is a safe method, isn't it?
No,
safe.
I think it is a sensible method.
It's
But I
yeah.
think that also the beauty in, and as you were saying rightly, the beauty in myself and you, and we could only speak about ourselves. And when I was a little bit younger, when I had less responsibilities,
Yeah.
I was a lot more like you.
Okay.
You say it, I'm there.
Yeah. So
There was no
what
risk.
change? What changed? You got
As
older?
I said, responsibility. Now I don't just, I can't just
Okay.
answer for myself.
Yeah,
I also have to answer for my home.
Yeah.
I have to answer to you.
Yeah.
I have to answer to others who I'm responsible to,
Yeah.
children, and so these things play a serious
So
factor.
that's really interesting, because the mind. So as you grew older,
Right.
your mindset changed, and then you start understanding, hey, I am now a man. I have responsibilities. I cannot be that person I used to be no more. Like you said, I will have to speak to, I have to answer to certain people. I'm now responsible to certain people.
Right.
But I'm trying to understand, how did that not change with me? Because I just remained the same.
No, because you see, what
I
I'm looking
became
at.
older. It's like I'm even
You're
worse.
the same thing. Probably. But you see, what happened is that I think
wow.
I believe at one point or another, I had a certain experience or certain experiences which
Yeah.
forced me to change. So the
Okay.
change happened practically automatically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But let's stay on course, stay on
Okay,
point.
okay.
So I think that for myself and you, it's balance.
Balance. Yeah. Balance is
Right.
important.
So
yeah.
we balance each other off. Right. So what about a relationship where the difference one to another is causing strain on the relationship?
Because I think that's a high possibility, to be quite honest with you, because there are people who are go-getters. Yeah, go-getters in the like they're always on the go. They like to get things done.
Right.
You understand? And then the other person is like a slow snail. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I think?
know, I
I
get-
think
I understand.
things like that can actually affect your relationship.
Okay, can I
because
just
those
say-
differences,
okay.
you like to go, you like to get things done. You know that's the kind of person you are. Give you a task, give you some responsibilities, you get it done. And then you have another person the time
Dragging
frame
the foot.
for doing things mean I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week, I'll do it next month.
Right.
And if you keep having that mindset, you can actually bleed out your relationship. And I think if I am a go-getter with somebody like that, my goodness, I will not last in that relationship. Because for me, it's more or less like you are either deliberately, I will think all things of you, I will think you're spiteful, I think you just don't want me to succeed, there, and people could start thinking of those things which may not be necessarily true.
That's
but
right.
if I believe that you are not pushing me, you're just
Are you not supporting me?
you are not supporting me
in my
but that's
drive.
how I see it.
Yeah.
But you may not do it. You because you are just so,
You're just being yourself.
You're just being yourself. You're just so slow. You take your time.
I used
You
to-
don't, and you don't want, nothing is haste, nothing is fast. There's no rush. Everything is for tomorrow, baby. That would literally kill me.
But I'll tell you something. I
Yeah.
know at one point that, because I was very cautious and you wanted us to just do like a few
I'm a
things.
fun
I can't,
person.
yeah.
Oh my God, I want to get out and live and have a good life.
Not fun. I'm talking about you wanted us
Yeah.
to do things like get not fun or to go out
Okay.
and party. I'm
Yeah.
talking about do things like get certain things done.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I was saying no. We need to be cautious. We need to be cautious. And I could see that you were just biting your tongue.
Oh, yeah.
And you were being very patient.
Oh,
And your
yeah.
patience were wearing very thin. But at the time, for me, it was worth upsetting you just to be safe.
Yeah.
You see?
But-
I don't know what is right or what is wrong. But I'm talking about when the other person's differences. Let's move into the other area where when the other person's differences and yours are now causing conflict.
Yeah, that's a
How
problem.
do you manage?
That's a problem.
How do you manage?
Yeah, I think that's a very difficult one, because if I am not, like I was saying in that example where I am the go-getter and you are a snail, I can't be in a relationship like that, baby. That would definitely drain me. I could most probably pretend to be happy in that relationship for a while, but really and truly it would bleed me out.
Right.
And I think there's a lot of people, out of love and respect for their spouses, they will stay with somebody like that, but really and truly they're not happy because you are not getting things done, are you? I am that person. I want to get things done. You understand?
You want to get it done before you even know what you need
Oh
to
my
get
God,
done.
I am that person. Listen, I switch on my car engine and I want to drive.
No, you will drive it with the key in your pocket.
I don't understand how people get into the car and they wait a while, they do things. Listen, as soon as I get in the car, switch on the engine, shut my door, seatbelt on, I'm off.
Right.
You understand? I'm just one of these people.
Just need to
you
move.
understand? Whereas some people
I
are
know
just
that used to annoy me. I remember when you were not driving and we get in my car. We get in
yeah.
and you get in, you grab the seat belt, you
Put it
click
on.
it in,
Yeah.
and you're like, right, what's happening?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm just closing my door. You in, you grab your seat belt, you click it in.
Oh my God.
I've gotten in, I've sat down, I'm adjusting my seat. My door is still open, and you're like, right,
too
what
slow
are we
for
doing?
me. You're too
Yeah,
slow
yeah,
for
but
me.
you were like, what's happening?
And
What's
you
happening?
are still
We're
too
going,
slow for me.
What's happening? We're going. What's happening?
Can
What
I
are we doing?
address this? Because I think this is what you're
Listen,
asking.
yeah, but as I'm saying,
But
I'm
I have
saying-
learned to live with that, because I think moving forward, in terms of where some couples are, this is a perfect example, because like we say, we could only speak from our experiences. I have learned to live with you, and I have learned to just accept this is just who you are. This is my husband.
Yeah, no.
You understand? This is my Odingo. This is the person that doesn't actually frustrate me anymore. I now expect those things from you. That's why we have two cars. Listen, I will take mine and you will meet me there.
Yeah,
Because that's it. I don't allow certain things to frustrate me
and
anymore.
to our listening audience, that's no joke. That has been done before.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, we would leave here to go to the same place, and she would walk with her keys in her pocket.
Oh, yeah.
And if
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not downstairs in a minute
yeah.
or 2
I'm
minutes
gone.
or 45 seconds,
I'm gone.
she jump in her car, she
I'm
call me,
gone.
baby, meet me at the B&Q.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't wait for you. But the funniest thing is when
I
you
hate
get
to wait
there,
for people.
I know. And me, I
But
just
you
take my
hate
time.
to wait.
I
But
do
you hate
yeah,
to.
I do,
You
I do.
hate to wait for people when you are ready.
Yeah, of course.
You see, that's the problem right there.
That's not a
When
problem.
you are ready, in the very rare moments when you are ready, you're like, baby, what's up? And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, what?
Yeah,
you know,
of
you
course.
can't even wait for me
That's
for
me.
2 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm saying these things are possible and people can actually learn to live with each other. I think, like we
Yeah.
said earlier on, it's called balance.
It's called balance because
Yeah, it's
there
getting
there
to
is
know
so
your
much things.
person.
There is so
Yeah.
much other things. Like literal example. I mean, I think the point I wanted to make. Sorry to cut
Yeah.
you there. Was the differences between us, the similarities, and the things we love about each other overshadows the differences.
Oh, yes.
And it has caused us to appreciate the other person.
Oh, yeah.
So we appreciate each other with the things that we do not find favorable
Oh,
to the
yeah.
point where we now accept it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
because I can't make you, neither can you make me.
Oh, no.
And you have to appreciate me. It's a part of who I am, my imperfection according to you. But that's
Yeah.
just the way I am.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very cautious.
And
I
like I
move
said,
very
I wouldn't
slowly.
change that about
I
you.
take my
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I wouldn't change that for the world.
Yeah.
Because as like
It
we
makes
said,
me me.
It makes you you, and
That's
and
my
the funny
hallmark.
thing is, we can now respect and use that
Oh, yeah.
when we need to.
Oh, yes.
Because like I was saying earlier on, if I have to file documents or when it comes to paperwork, my husband will read that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever you will bring something to me, I will say, yeah, let my husband deal with that because you will not miss one word. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
take
I'm
my
sure when
time.
it comes to other things, you will say, yeah, let Kim deal with that because Kim don't waste
Yeah.
time. My wife will get this done in no
Yeah.
time.
I would read through everything, get all the details. But when it comes to replying, you're quick.
Oh,
I'll just
yeah.
explain it to you,
That's
and you'll say,
it.
right, let me deal
Yeah,
with this.
yeah, let's
I'll
do
take a
this.
long time.
You know, so for me, I think it's
It's balance.
It's balance
And respect.
and respecting each other.
Balance
Don't try
and
to,
respect.
and it's very important. Don't try to change people. Don't try to change people. Don't try to say, because I think I've heard that before. You know, somebody saying, oh, you know, I think our daughter was telling us about some program she was watching, and this woman said she was training her husband. She had her husband in home training. You know, I mean, there are people who do insane things like that. At the end of the day, your spouse is not a pet. You know, you have to learn to appreciate their goods, their bads, their faults. You understand? Everything about them makes them unique. You understand? We can't meet someone and then want to change them. It is not our job to change them. They were created uniquely for their own purpose. And we have to, you know, accept, we have to support, and we have to find balance within our relationships to make it grow.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, to make it grow. So I hope you guys have found this super
Yeah, but besides,
interesting.
Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. And we just wanted to also add
Yeah.
that there is also such beauty in difference.
Oh my goodness.
There is such beauty
Yes.
in differences.
Yes.
And I think that the differences, because I have learned so much from the things about you that I thought I didn't like.
Okay.
From the difference in you, I have learned so much from it. And it was in there I was able to grow.
Yes.
I was able to expand my perception of things
Yeah.
and expand my horizon, my perspective.
Of course.
And I give thanks for that.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
give thanks for that.
Yeah.
I was able to look at look at myself and review myself, and there are things about me I'm going to keep anyway. but there's also things that I believe needs shifting
So
because
will you go jump bungee jumping with me and jump over a cliff with me?
I beg your pardon. what did you just say to me? If I'll go where?
Will you go bungee jumping with me and jump? Like, for instance, when I went to Victoria Falls
Yes.
and I jumped over the Victoria Falls,
Yes.
would you take a risk like that with me?
100%, definitely not this year. But anyway, let's not explore that. If you want
will
to,
never do that. Would
why
you?
not? I would definitely.
Would
Of
you?
course, I will.
You're saying this live right now.
Positively, theoretically, I will. In theory, I believe
Oh, my
100% in
days.
theory. It's a possibility in theory.
Okay.
But I think that it's beautiful to consider certain things in a relationship, and differences can be good
Yes.
as long as it is healthy differences,
Healthy differences.
and
yeah.
one can appreciate and respect the differences in each other.
And I think that's very powerful. Respect the differences in each other.
Yeah.
You know,
Do
this is
respect
what
it.
makes us uniquely ourselves. You
Yeah.
understand? Don't try to make a photocopy of you or try to make somebody exactly like
what
you
they are not.
or what you want
They'll be
them to do.
uncomfortable.
No.
They
At
will
the
be
end of the day, you
uncomfortable.
didn't marry a muppet or a puppet. You married someone that you could adore, somebody you could look up to, somebody who could actually push you, somebody who could actually drive you to do successful things, motivate you. We come with our own, unique things about us, and that's what makes us special. So don't try to change. I think the message here is, do not try to change your spouse. Try to accept people for who they genuinely are. You understand? Work with the things that annoys you. You understand? Find a way to have balance, because balance is very important. Do not try to change anyone. You understand? Over time, you learn to accept and you learn to appreciate people for who they are. Because I have come to do that, baby. Trust me. I know you take your time, and I just respect that. I don't let that, some people will let that bother them. It's like, oh my God, and they're always angry. It's like, listen, I get ready, I do my thing. Like I've said, I will jump in my car and I will go. You understand? Or I will find ways that you could meet your partner halfway instead of allowing certain little petty things to annoy the relationship, and find balance, as we said, in all things. We hope you appreciate this session, and then we'll see you guys again next Sunday.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening.
Find balance. That's the word today. Find balance.
Beautiful. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you, guys.
You.
Bye.
Bye-bye.